Okay, what's up, everybody? My name's An. I am with the great Andres. He is our NAMIWalks coordinator, the man behind this whole event. Of course, there's a team, but he's taking really like leadership of this event. The event is coming up on Saturday, this coming Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And this is just a way for us to, you know, talk about logistics, talk about what to expect, and help other people have a great event. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, Andres, is there anything you want to share before I
Yeah.
like to start us off?
Just really excited to, be able to do this. I know you mentioned earlier we were trying to get on Instagram, and you mentioned earlier that there was a huge donation that was made to NAMI. Is that
Yep,
right?
yep, yep.
Um, so that kind of those kind of things, just really impact me as a human being, just because Um, I know the work that NAMI does, on a county level for us in Santa Clara County. And I can only imagine the work that they do, throughout all the affiliates that are in the country. And it's just magical, man. Like, I 14 years ago, I
Hmm.
showed up to NAMI, with pretty much very little very little as far as very little emotional stability, very little money,
Hmm.
very little a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
And they really took me in, and they gave me purpose, and they gave me meaning
Hmm.
through doing things like presentations,
Hmm.
and then they had a program called Peer Pals that
Hmm.
I was able to mentor someone that had just gotten out of the hospital. And so they gave me purpose and they gave me meaning.
Hmm.
And so, even though dealing with my diagnosis, which is bipolar, as you know,
Hmm.
was extremely hard, and I had NAMI there to support me the whole way through. And then now, 14 years later, I still had done work for them on and off, and done different things with them.
Hmm.
And recently, they tapped me to do this walk, to be the walk coordinator.
Hmm.
And I mean, that just goes to show you, man, like how great these people are. That you know, I'm not. I mean, there's nothing special about me. I'm just a normal person that, I have a business degree and a business
Hmm.
background and all that, but it was more because they knew what kind of person I was because of our experience together in NAMI. And the director, the ex-director of NAMI,
Hmm.
referred me, and she said, give him a shot. And
Yeah.
they gave me a shot, and here we are. So Saturday, we're gonna have this great event, and I'm just so excited, man. We're gonna have some really great things there, and some great entertainment, and some great people are gonna be there.
Right.
Just it's an exciting thing all around.
Yeah. I just want to highlight one thing because when you were sharing like your story, you mentioned like, you were at a place with little emotional stability, you
Yeah,
didn't have a lot of money. And that we talked about this before where it's like NAMI provides all these services like free of charge, like the peer
yeah,
mentor, the
yeah.
classes, the support groups, everything's free of charge. And like that's a big reason why, we're doing this fundraiser to continue keeping these
Right,
programs and services free of charge.
right, right. So this is the largest fundraiser of Santa Clara County, NAMI, and we depend on this to be able to set up programs and set up everything that we do to help people. We really depend on the money that we make. And that's not to say you should give only because you feel bad for us. Don't feel bad for us.
Yeah,
feel
right.
good about feel good about us. Feel good that we're doing work that helps people, and it's expanding. Like, we're expanding, so the money that's coming in is not
Mhm.
just paying for the things that are already there, but there's
Mhm.
programs that we're working on with other companies
Yeah,
and other things that are going to be helpful in the future for people.
right, right. A question popped up. Besides like fundraising being one of like the goals of NAMI Walks, what are some other goals of NAMI Walks? We had this huge event where people coming together. You know, what? Yeah, are there any other goals besides
Man, I'll put it this
fundraising?
way. I'll put
Mhm,
it this way. Imagine being online as a person that just got diagnosed with something like schizophrenia, bipolar, OCD, depression, anxiety, and you're
mhm,
you're online and you're browsing Facebook, and you don't know what's going on, and you don't know what you're gonna do and where you're gonna go,
yeah,
and all of a sudden you posted something on,
yeah,
because you're
yeah,
a social media guy, you post something on there, and then they see it, they click on the link, and this whole world opens up to them,
yeah.
that possible for them to get help and to have a community, because it's not about just fixing the problem. There is no problem. You're not There's not a problem with you. What you want to be able to do is have community, people that
Hmm.
understand what you're going through and that aren't going to judge you and that are going to support you through what you're going through.
Yeah.
So it's that important. You know what I mean? So, it could be through social media, it could be through word of mouth, like, hey, did you hear about this walk? And then somebody
Hmm.
hears about the walk, and then they tell their cousin, who tells their brother.
Yep.
Then the brother just happened to have, just gotten diagnosed or is dealing with anxiety and depression at work and doesn't know what to
Yeah.
do. Like, that's what we're here for.
Right. Right. I'm I was thinking about like, like my life like before NAMI, my life like after I met NAMI. It's just like I've never been so like I'm in a grad program for like counseling psychology, and I learned things there, but like to like meet people with, diagnoses, I could read about it in a book, I could read an article about it, I could read maybe a story about it, but like to meet someone with it, like it's a whole different story. And it's just like you start to humanize,
Yeah,
mental
exactly.
illness, right? Yeah.
Exactly. You normalize the situation, and then you realize you're just a person. And
Yeah.
and I have a background in life coaching, and so I've
Yeah.
always, try to kind of push myself to, improve and be better. And a lot of the times, um, there's the diagnosis that we go through, but then there's the meaning we put on the diagnosis, which
Yeah.
amplifies what the diagnosis does. And so, um, I think people really, um, that's what happens when you go and meet other people that are going through
Hmm.
what you're going through, and you normalize the situation, and you can kind of untangle that story. And like, you can meet me, like
Right.
you'll meet Nami, and I'll be like, I'll tell you, I'm like, I expect nothing but greatness from you, because
Yeah.
you have greatness inside of you, and that might be, just getting a job and taking care of your family, or, making a project that's going to change the world, whatever it might be.
Mm.
Like, I'll tell you, like, you got greatness in you. And so, what NAMI does, it helps normalize situations, it helps connect people, and it helps give you a home until you can kind of, like, lift off and
Yeah.
have some things. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 I love how we're like, like we're talking like big picture, like overall mission of NAMI, like NAMI Walks, how that fits
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
But just kind of bringing it back to NAMI Walks, the actual event, like what can people expect at NAMI
yeah.
Walks?
Yeah, so we're gonna have the event run from 9 to 1.
Hmm.
So, starting at, you want to get there 8:30, 8 o'clock, eight
Yeah.
thirty, and you want to sign up because you have to register. Registration is free, so you want to
Hmm.
register, and then at around 9 o'clock, we're gonna start the greetings. We're gonna have a dove release. We're gonna
Hmm.
have the executive director talk. We're gonna have the president of the board speak, and then we're gonna have our speakers and our honorary chairs that are gonna speak, about their experience with mental health. And
Hmm.
yeah, so we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna have a countdown. There's gonna be some mastic dancers that are gonna be there, and they're
Hmm.
gonna get going once we do the countdown, and then we go and we do the walk, and we come back and hang out. There's gonna be a food truck, where you can get some food
Yeah.
and you can hang out, and there's gonna be like a rock station, which is this little thing that, kids from Harker put together, that is, you could put inspirational messages on a rock and all that,
Right.
and take one with you and all that. And
Right.
so, we have that. We have a poster making section where you can make posters. The kids can make posters about
Yeah.
whatever they want. Like
Yeah.
it's just gonna be a fun time, man.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like what else are you gonna do on a Saturday? Like I mean, I know there's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot. I know I get it. Like there's a lot to do on a Saturday, but it's like when do you literally go to an event and like see Aztec dancers and
Right. Right.
get get to play with your kids in a posters making
Yeah.
section with other kids and
Yeah.
walk for a good cause and like I said
Right.
to register is free
It's little
so
every the whole thing is free.
the whole thing is free so it's like you literally had like if you have no money you don't have to spend anything like the one thing
Hmm.
I'll say is parking is $6 but that's it that's the only thing
That's
that
it.
costs money
Yeah.
and obviously you can carpool and work on
Yeah.
that work that out but um or public transportation or
Hmm.
that so that's what people should expect on that day and just a lot of fun
Yeah.
the San Francisco Giants are going to be there one
Hmm.
of the players is going to be there he's a keynote speaker so that's
Hmm.
going to be fun the mental health team from the San Francisco Giants is going to be there
Hmm.
these are literally the ladies that work with the actual people you see on TV
Hmm.
on their performance for mental health. Like this is
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
joke. This is literally the people that Uh, there's I think there's a Longorian, which is one of the players.
Hmm.
There's other players which I don't know all of them, but
Right.
literally they're the one they go to them and they say, "Look, I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that." Like it's incredible. And the Giants were kind enough to bring them out here for us, and they were kind enough to come out,
Hmm.
and so it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I loved how, you broke down really well. I want to say too, like just like the rock painting, the poster painting, like for kids, like this is a family friendly event.
Yeah,
It's not just that, but it's also like a place where you can talk about mental health with your kids, where they can learn from a young age, like, oh, this is mental health is important.
good.
Like
That's
there's
a good
there's
point, man.
reason, right? Like there's a reason why people are walking. There's a reason why this matters to them. It's like, oh, from a young age, they can be aware of it and like focus on their own mental health. And this is like the next generation of leaders, of people changing the world. And you want to make sure they take care of themselves too.
Exactly, man. And take care of themselves and take care of other people. It's funny
Yeah.
because last night I was thinking about the walk, and it
Mm,
almost makes me emotional because it took us about 7 months to be able to
mm.
put this together. At least I was in it for like 7 months, and I think you were also 7 or 8 months
Yeah.
into it that we worked on this experience. And
Hmm.
when I think about the purpose of the walk and all that, I was listening to a John Lennon song
Mm.
called "Imagine."
Hmm. Hmm.
There's a line I'd like to read to you really quick about
Yeah,
it that I think
please.
describes a little bit of what we're trying to do.
Mm.
It says, "You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one." That is to me for mental health is, I hope one day that I could like, talk to an employer and just tell them, look, I deal with bipolar disorder
Mm.
and, I'm taking my medications, I'm stable, I'm a great employee, hire me and
Mm.
not have to worry about any retaliation or any,
Right.
backlash from it. But that we're not there yet.
Yeah.
And that's the reality.
Not
And
yet.
we're we're not there yet. Like, you can't go to a lot of people are afraid to say, I have depression, I have really bad depression to their employer, even though, there's a when you apply to a job, there's a it's not mandatory, but they ask you, whether you have a disability or not. And some of the
Hmm.
disabilities that they mention is mental health disabilities. And so wouldn't it be nice to be able to check off that box and just say, yeah, I got this. And then
Yeah.
for the job, for the actual job, to have help um, because
Mm.
you check that box instead
Right.
of like getting fired because you're not performing because you got depressed or you have anxiety or whatever. Like,
Right.
it's a dream I have and a dream that I think Nami has.
We're definitely like moving one step closer, like to that dream. That's a beautiful lyric, and I think it does just tie it. It really just like ties everything together.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And then one thing I wanted to show you the T-shirt. I don't know if you've
yeah,
seen it on
yeah. No, actually, I
T-shirt.
don't have that yet.
No, you're not allowed to have one yet. Uh, no, I'm just kidding. So this is the T-shirt, and it's
See,
beautiful. It's really nice.
yeah,
I'm the walk coordinator, and I only got one, so don't relax.
don't feel too bad.
Um, yeah, don't feel too bad. But that's that. And then I have this is kind of like a little like a personal thing. I have this
Right.
baseball
Yeah.
by that I purchased yesterday. That I'm gonna. It's an official baseball. It's an official baseball by Rawlings. It's called
Okay.
Rawlings.
Okay.
So it just has the SF logo on there, and I'm gonna have Drew Robinson sign it. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
so it's to keep for myself because it's
Man, I
just
love
man
that.
so epic. It's just
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. If anyone watching this doesn't know about Drew Robinson, like look him up. He's a superhero, man.
He's a superhero. He's an amazing man, and I'm we get to meet him, Don. That's great, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. And so I think I'm excited for Nami Walks.
I am
And I
too.
hope, yeah, and I hope like everyone watching this is excited. But I think we've covered pretty much everything. One question, actually, just
Yeah,
one
yeah.
last question. Um, just like in
One
terms
last
of
question.
in terms of like COVID protocol, like what is do you have any like thoughts about that? Like are masks
Yeah.
mandatory, things
So
like that? Yeah.
masks aren't mandatory. Like
Hmm.
county doesn't allow it to be mandatory,
Hmm.
and we wouldn't make it. We wouldn't make it. We wouldn't want people to have to wear masks if they don't want to. But if you want to wear a mask, you
Yeah.
can wear a mask, and don't feel bad because no one is going to tell you that you can't wear your mask. And if they do, you call me and
Hmm.
I'll get them in trouble. No, you know what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to wear a mask, that's perfectly fine. If you don't want to
Yeah.
wear a mask, that's perfectly fine. I feel like as far as COVID right now, we're doing okay, and it's not
Hmm.
going to impact our walk whatsoever. So, I hope to see all of you guys there
Right.
and making this dream come true for all of us and
Right.
for you and for your family and your loved ones. And I'm excited to see you guys there. Please just say hi to me if you see me
Yeah.
running around.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't say hi to me. I'm just kidding. But
They won't recognize you. You have a camera.
oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
actually, you have a camera, so you recognize
On
me.
my head. But I'll just say too, like one last thing. There's
Yeah.
always one last thing. But
Oh,
if anyone like can't make it to the walk for whatever reason, like maybe you did
yeah.
get COVID, maybe you did get exposed, you don't want to, expose other people,
Yeah.
maybe you have a difficult time, getting around. Maybe this doesn't work out for you. You're busy, you got other plans. There is a virtual option. We're also going to be live streaming the event. That's why, like, Andres mentioned the GoPro, the camera. I got it right here. I just picked it up. So
Nice.
that'll be on my head, and I'll be walking around with it.
Well,
Uh,
let me ask you about that. Like, tell us
yeah,
about the live streaming too.
yeah, yeah. So the live streaming is going to be a way to just engage people, who can't make it, but also engage people who are outside of the county, maybe out of state,
Right.
and just want to be part of the event. Maybe you know someone, a good friend who's attending, you want to support them. Maybe you just want to hear about Drew Robinson, his story, and just meet people who are, not just doing mental health advocacy on like a local level, but like on a state and like national level too. There's going to see all the performances, all the activities, all the events, the speakers that Andres mentioned. Like we're all going to be live streaming that, and so you
Nice.
can feel like you're there, and just support the cause. Maybe you want to talk about it with a family member, and just maybe you're watching it on TV on screen, and they just happen to walk to the living room, like, "Yo, what's this?" So there's, yeah, it's just a way to include people. We're gonna get a lot of good footage. It'll feel like you're there at the walk. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, yeah.
And then,
So yeah, yeah,
and then, yeah, and then the other thing is, if you take pictures, like one of the things is like if you don't go to the actual walk, you can do a virtual walk yourself. You can walk around the park a few times.
yeah.
You can, park on a lake a few times. Whatever
Hmm.
you feel like is it makes it for you, like you did a walk. you can do that and keep raising money if you want, you know.
Right. Right.
And also, there's a any pictures that you take or anything like that, we would love to
Hmm.
see them, and we would love to post them on our social media. There's
Yeah.
a hashtag
Hmm.
NAMIWalks SB.
Right.
NAMIWalks SB. NAMIWalks SB would be
Hmm.
the hashtag that you can use to, excuse me, to post your pictures or videos or anything like that, and On would get them, and then he
Yeah.
could post them. It would be, it'd be awesome.
Right. We're gonna have a lot of great pictures after the walk to share post walk. So yeah, that's a great point. We want to see all your faces and just share like the great memories there. So
Yeah, awesome.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Andres. This is our
Well,
final Q&A. But again, if anyone has any questions, just reach out to us. We're always available. And show to walk. Like there's gonna be people there if you need help, if you need accommodations. Um, we got you guys. So yeah, thanks, Andres, again. Um,
bye. Thank you,
take care.
brother.
Take care,
Have a
man.
good one. I'll talk to you later. All
All
right,
right.
bye.
Peace. Cool. I love talking about Andres when he's not here. But I'll just say again, like Andres has and the whole team has put so much work into this walk. All free of charge, except for parking, you know. But if you come there, you can meet so many people involved with NAMI. You can meet people whose lives have been literally changed and also literally saved um, by people at NAMI. Like our helpline is something that is a local resource for so many people here. If you don't know where to start, our helpline is a great place to start. We also have great programs. We have the peer-to-peer program where you can learn how to support. You can support um, yourself with mental health issues and other people. We have a family-to-family program, which helps you learn how to support a loved one with a mental illness. And so we have family members and NAMI helping us out. We have people with lived experience, their own diagnosis, helping us out too. And so this is really, the change towards that dream that Andres talked so beautifully, talked about it. And his story is amazing too. Like everyone's story is beautiful, but Andres is beautiful to see like where he is now and where he's gonna go. So I'm very excited for him. Like NAMI is just one big happy family. And so sometimes actually not happy. We have our moments. We have, times of anxiety, times of depression, times of mania, times of again depression. But what matters is that we're all here for each other. Like our motto at NAMI is like, you're not alone. And we are definitely not alone. And so join us. You can come alone if you want. If you don't have a friend, if you don't have family members to go with, you will meet someone there. Say hi to me, say hi to Andres, say hi to Drew Robinson, our other speakers, and just meet people. Like we are all here doing this together. And so come through. We would love to see you there. Okay, take care everyone. Peace.